Hello and welcome to Two Ups, Two Downs podcast where we discuss all things WWE related. And we had just gotten off our last episode of SmackDown Live about a few minutes ago. If you want, go ahead and check that one out before you check out this one. But let's get right into it. We got some big news that was found out yesterday. And this big news contains a former WWE superstar who might not no longer be former. He might be back on the current roster coming up soon. Yes, we are talking about 205, former Cruiserweight champion Enzo Amore. Enzo Amore might be coming back to the WWE, and next Monday, supposed to be on Monday Night Raw, talking about the issue. First time speaking publicly post incident publicly in the WWE ring. Now, for those that are wondering, like, what the fuck? Why is he? What's going on with Enzo Amore? For those that don't know, or you ain't caught up on your boy, the trash talking, sky walking, lightsaber. You know what I mean? I don't know how to say it like he does. God damn it. Enzo Amore last year in October or November, sometime around there. Or actually, I think it was this year. I don't know, man. But anyways, he was caught. He was accused of rape charges. Yes. He was accused of rape charges to a female. The female had pressed charges. Enzo Amore was then fired and released from the WWE until further notice. But breaking news yesterday, Enzo Amore is clear of all charges. And he will be back in the WWE. And he will make his first appearance Monday. Yes, his first appearance will be Monday on Raw. I don't know if they're going to let him talk about the situation with the whole rape scandal. But you never know. How do you guys that are going to be tuning in, how do you guys feel about Enzo Amore? Do you think he should be allowed back to the WWE? Do you not think he should be allowed back? Is he even worth all this trouble for it? Because was Enzo really that good of a wrestler? Let's break this down. Enzo Amore had no other titles on the main roster except for the Cruiserweight. And even when he held the Cruiserweight, he only held it for 4, maybe 5 months before this whole scandal broke out. So is he really worth all this effort of fighting to get back to the WWE? I honestly don't believe so, but that's not my place to say. Well, fuck it. It is my place to say because, well, damn it, it's my podcast. Would you guys want to see when and if Enzo really stays with the WWE? Would you want him to see pushed to the main top? And or do you think he should be on the lower lower end of the card? And I totally agree with you right there, man. He doesn't have ring ability. He's not really, the only thing he has going for him as far as WWE's related is he's able to put on a good promo and he's able to trash talk really good. But as far as in-ring status, not a good in-ring fighter, man. He's not. But you know, hey, I'm not one to judge. I'm not even in the WWE, so I'm just a fucking fan of wrestling. Just like all of you. Except I do my research a lot more deeper than most people. But with that being said, would people want to see Enzo Amore on the 2 Ups, 2 Downs podcast? Would they want to hear his side of the story? You never know. It could be happening. I've been doing some research on trying to get in touch with him. And, who knows, within the next week or two, we might have Enzo Amore on the podcast. But that also says if Enzo Amore comes back, this might be the only time we have him on the podcast. Because at that point, then he's no longer a free agent and he's no longer, able to just take any interview he wants. He's got to check up with Vince. He's got to check up with the departments and development of WWE. He's got to take it up with the screenwriters and all this shit. And because 2 Ups, 2 Downs podcast isn't really big, I highly doubt Vince is going to okay it. So I'm going to try to get an interview with him before he's officially back on. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go to my office right now not my office, but my, the room in my house, which is my office, I guess you could say. I'm going to do some research. I want to see if they've already signed a contract with him. Because if they've signed a contract with Enzo Amore, this means he won't be on the podcast forever, unless we blow up and get big and old Vinny boy says yes. But hey, that's cool, because we still got tons of other people we can interview, but that's not about, we're not talking about those other wrestlers that we can interview. We're talking about Enzo Amore. Do you think they'll have him back in the Cruiserweight division or the Tag Team division? And if so, will they be bringing back Big Cass to Monday Night Raw, or will they be leaving Big Cass at SmackDown? It's a lot of things right there that we can discuss. And as I look up Enzo Amore online, let's see what pops up. Enzo, okay. Enzo Amore announces interesting live appearance for next Monday Night Raw. Exactly. I've never liked the 205 Live. Now, that's not saying I've never liked cruiserweights. That's not what I'm saying. Because back in the day when cruiserweights, to me, back in the day, the cruiserweights of then are better than the cruiserweights of now. Because back then you had Billy Kidman, you had Rey Mysterio, you had Chavo Guerrero, you had Scotty 2 Hotty, you had Tajiri, you had all these big names in the cruiserweight division back then that you don't see now. And it sucks, dude. It really sucks, because now the 205 Live have brought the cruiserweight to shame, in my opinion. And for all those that are listening to this and like the 205 Live, don't get your fucking panties in a bunch. I'm just going to say that now. Because I'll come over there and I'll drop the fucking leg drop on your ass. And, nah. So, but with all that being said, Enzo Amore will appear next week on Monday Night Live, or Monday Night Raw, sorry. So he will be appearing on Raw next week. Not only that, we will be trying to get a 15-minute interview with him discussing his side of the story. I want to hear his side of the story. So, I'm going to do some research right now, and I'm going to try to get in deeper contact with him. I'm going to try to see what I can do. See what I can and cannot talk to you guys. See what I can and can't ask questions to regarding the case. Well, actually, regarding the case, it's already closed. So, I guess it's a free reign, open season on asking questions with that subject. Because, does Enzo seem like a rapist to me? I'm not going to say nothing. I'll let you guys know next week what I'm going to say to that. Or the week following. Whenever I get Enzo Amore on here, you'll know what I think. Because this podcast isn't your regular run-of-the-mill, I gotta be sensitive for the WWE. Nah, fuck that. WWE ain't paying me shit. I ain't run by the WWE, so I get to say whatever I please. But with that being said, next week, Monday Night Raw, after the show, we will be back on live. If you have any questions, I might as well put my email down below. You know what I mean? Well, you got a couple haters. No, I'm playing with that, but for real, next Monday we will be back. And next Monday, since Enzo Amore is going to be on Raw, you already know we're going to be talking about him. Yeah, the WWE won't want him to say anything about it. I already know that. Because the WWE likes to cover up incidents. Just to mention a few names, Jimmy Snuka, no offense, he's a legend. But the WWE covers up a lot of shit. They didn't even discuss the fact that Rich, what was that dude's, what was that other cruiserweight's name? Anyways, they didn't discuss the fact that he just got arrested. For anyone that wanted information, they had to go find it online. WWE don't talk about that shit. They don't talk about, they never discussed, you know what? And this is going to be another episode. This will be another episode about the shit that WWE covers up and doesn't talk about. Because I believe that is going to be a very interesting episode. The WWE has never talked about Jimmy Snuka's murder case, yet they still let him be in the Hall of Fame. They have never talked about Chris Benoit's death or murders. Murder/suicide, whatever you want to call it. But yet, so they never talk about Chris Benoit, but yet they'll talk about, no offense, and I like both wrestlers the same. Chris Benoit and Eddie Guerrero, I like them the same. But they'll talk about Eddie Guerrero's drug overdose, but they won't talk about Chris Benoit's murder-suicide. But, got 40 seconds left of the show, so I'm going to end it right here. Be sure to tune in next Monday and find out what goes down when Enzo Amore appears on Monday Night Raw. Thank you, and deuces.